This is the Bionicle Inspiration Series, the show where we spotlight mocks from across the Bionicle community to give you some inspiration. But today's episode is going to be a bit different because we're going back to basics in today's video. We're going to be focusing on lower leg designs as today's theme. So maybe you're working on a Bionicle or a Construction mock right now, but you're a little confused as to how to build that lower leg design. You're stuck. You need some ideas. Well, we're going to help you out today and give you some ideas so you can finish off your mock and have a good time. So the very first mock we've got today is by Matt Goldberg, and this is called Cryrie Havoc. Wheels. So the leg design benefits from using some dark red wheel elements. There's a couple being used here. The first one is a 31mm wheel, and this specifically came in the Republic Gunship Lego set. Came in a few of the older ones, actually. But there's also a larger tire here, and I believe this is this dark red piece that we can see on the front of the engine of this ARC 170 Star Wars fighter. So yeah, the two of those together, partnered with some CCBS armor shells a little bit lower down on that lower leg, well, it looks mighty pretty. It gives me the vibes of some sort of like heavy boot design that you would see on a seasoned fighter. And this mock actually certainly has that look to them. Yeah, it's a very well built mock, and that boot design I think really just works with everything else that's going on here. Now, I mentioned before that they look like a seasoned fighter. Well, this is actually based off of a canon character. They are an Agori character that canonically looks like Dylan Meaves's mock, this one here. So back in the day, Dylan won an old contest, and as a result of him winning, that mock was then deemed the official look of the character, which is awesome. But it's great to see Matt breathing new life into that old design here. It's special. I do also enjoy the gradient on this torso design. So it's using Malum's torso piece from the lovely Glatorian set Malum, and that piece had that beautiful marbled dark red but also Keytorange look to it. So using it to blend the colors together so that the bottom area there has a lot more of that Keytorange yellow color, but then it sort of beautifully eases up into dark red along the shoulders and the top of the torso. That's a great look and a great use of that piece as well. Now we move over to a mock by the Maestro, and this is called Liquid Swords. So we've got a very funky leg design here. It's using the blades that were seen on the wonderful set, Makuta Chirox. But that's it. That's all that's needed for that lower leg design, just those blades. There's a couple other pieces there that connect it up top and sort of bridge the connection, but it's basically just those blades, right? It's simple, but it's elegant. And given the more, I guess you could say like comical proportions of this mock, it works really well. It might be harder to pull off this kind of leg design on a very standard, traditional-looking humanoid character, but since the arms are very curly with a bit more of some wacky weapons on the end there, and the fact that the torso is tiny and bends back at a more like obtuse angle, but also the fact they've got a small, funny head, I feel like you can do whatever you want with the legs. The proportions are deliberately very absurd in all sorts of different areas, so you can get away with a leg design like this. And I think this mock is such a lovely reminder that abstract and weird proportions, well, they rock. Why not try something a little bit more weird and wacky next time you build? If it looks as good as it does on this mock, it probably will look just as good on your mock as well. Tryon M has built Demon Lord Azeroth. Now look, maybe all of the leg designs you were seeing before, they don't work for your creation. You've tried heaps of different stuff, but nothing's working. Well, have you considered the idea of not giving your mock any legs at all? Who says they even need any legs to begin with, right? So yeah, this mock has a very fun leg design that looks a bit more like some dark, evil wisp. You know, like this creature can just turn into mist and fly around at will. And that's the kind of vibe I get, but it could also be that instead this is a more snake-like tail, or it's something a bit more sinister and this is blood coursing out of a skeleton body. It could be a great deal of things. But whatever it is, it's unique and it's really interesting. And sometimes designs like this that deviate more from your typical standard build, well, that's what makes it stand out. Plus, given that this is a Demon Lord, it makes total sense that they'd have some horrifying, strange-looking leg design. Sure, a traditional leg design could work well too, but this is right in that vein, isn't it? So why not remove the legs from the equation and just do something different like this? Something else that's not leg design related, I adore this head design, using the Witch Doctor mask piece and then combining it with Motoro and Nika's headpiece. That is a surprisingly good combination of pieces, and it just feels so perfect for a Demon Lord style character. Very cool. We'll finish off now with the mock that I showcased in the thumbnail. This is Duncan Bulk Revamp, and it's built by Ron Folkers. So of course, this is based off of Duncan Bulk, I'm sure you gathered, but not the traditional Duncan Bulk set, his 2-pack variant. This one came with 2 blaster arms, and I always loved that upgrade. It was a subtle tiny thing, but it looks so much cooler giving him guns on both arms. Now, it's great to see some extra love has been given to these beefed up blasters. They're made to look way more detailed and honestly so much cooler. And they already looked pretty cool, so that's definitely a compliment there. But also the bulked up Duncan Bulk, he looks great too. It's nice to see him looking a lot more like the hero that he truly is as a character. So I love this torso design using the Toa Nuva torso armor, but also combining it with these silver armor pieces just next to it on the sides. These pieces appeared in black on Nuparu Mari, and they're kind of a somewhat underrated piece that has a lot of good uses. And seeing it paired up with that Nuva torso piece, it looks great. We can also see it in action on the lower leg design, so it's combining it here with one of the lovely Invasion from Below spike pieces, those big old tooth spike elements. That's another winning combination of pieces there. And it looks like these silver armor pieces on the lower leg, they're simply placed onto the same prefab leg piece that we see on Nuparu Mari's lower leg here. So it's just nice to see a combination of armor pieces slapped onto a prefab limb element, which makes things a bit more easy to build, right? You don't have to spend ages designing a customized leg with hundreds of different pieces. It's just a very simple construction. A very simple construction like this, hey, it's always a smart idea. And hey, maybe you could do something very similar to what this mock has done, taking those same silver pieces that we saw on the torso design and also putting them on the leg. That way you get a bit of unity and visual consistency all throughout the mock. It always looks good, so a lovely revamp of Bulk. And that about rounds things up for this episode, so hopefully taking a look at those mocks gave you a few different ideas for how you could build a lower leg design on whatever mock it is that you're currently making. This is a surprisingly short episode. I breezed through that way quicker than I thought I would. This really is a throwback to original episodes. I remember the first 1 or 2 episodes of Biss were 9 minutes long, and comparatively now they're normally 12 to 15 minutes on average. So hey, bit of a shorter episode for you today, but you've been getting plenty of daily content, so more videos coming out real soon, don't you worry. Anyway, if you'd like to see your own mocks on the show, you can submit them to the submission email that's currently up on your screen right now. Put whatever you think is important in that email, send it my way, and I'll do my best to feature it in an upcoming episode of the show. Additionally, in the description below is that submission email, so you can copy and paste it there, but there's also links to all of the mocks that you saw in today's episode, so be sure to check out the work of all these talented builders and maybe give them a follow, give them a like, see what else they make. There's also links to my social media below, so you can check out some of the stuff that I've got going on over there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.